Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. I don't know how wise I really am, but I'm going to share my thoughts, my dreams, my hopes for you. It's never, ever, ever, ever been about me. It's about how to make the world a healthier, happier, more prosperous place. And I hope today's message hits home. So it's Wisdom Wednesday. I'm going to click right here onto my screen and see if I can see me on another screen. Why? Because I don't often or always see the comments, the hearts, the likes, and I'm using my phone. Um, and so I just want to be able to be on here. And if something pops up or you say something, I hope that between my left eye, my right eye, and paying attention, that I get to hear you and see you and acknowledge you for being here and taking the time to like, comment, and share. So on this beautiful Wednesday morning, on this Wisdom Wednesday, I ask you to drop hashtag live if you're here live. I ask you to drop hashtag replay if you're here on the replay. But I want to ask you this question as well. Do you ever, or have you ever found yourself saying, I don't have enough time, money, energy, confidence? Time, money, energy, or confidence. Have you ever said that? I guarantee I have. But that's a scarcity mindset. And we're going to discuss how to go from scarcity to abundance, to making all of your dreams come true. And when we talk about dreams coming true or manifestation, I want to let you know that if I look up to the ceiling, past the ceiling fan, those dreams and hopes don't magically fall out of the sky. What happens is you begin to make choices that put you in alignment with where you want to go, from scarcity to abundance. Yesterday, if you caught me live, I talked about the Trailblazer Way, where we use the compass, and a compass has 4 points: north, south, east, and west. We have 4 tenets in the Trailblazer Way: mindset, movement, meals, and mission. And when you want to quit, check your compass. When you feel lost, check your compass. When you don't want to do anything anymore and you just want to give up, check your compass. It will guide you on where you want to go because you know your why, framed around mindset, movement, meals, and mission. So today we're going to talk about that scarcity mindset to abundance. And if it resonates, I want you to say, yes. I want you to hit the heart. I want you to hit the like. I want you to answer the question. I want to have a two-way conversation. And even if right now it may tell me there are no viewers, and that's fine, if I don't speak up, I'm keeping your future locked inside my mouth, and I cannot, will not, and allow that to happen. So many midlife adventurers get stuck at this point in their life because they feel like they have lack. Because at this age, I should be doing this. At this age, I should drive a car that looks like this. At this age, I should have so much money in the bank. And that's the story you're telling yourself because someone else told you that's your story. It doesn't have to be your story. It's time for you to take the pen and write your story from scarcity to abundance. What do you want? What do you dream of? What do you want? What do you dream of? I've said it over and over and over if you've been around. Those hopes and dreams are not your mama, your pawpaw. They're not your mom, dad, brother, sister, Tia or Tio. They are your dreams. What do you want? And oftentimes, kind of the sad and disheartening piece is that our loved ones, the people we love the most and really love us the most, are the ones that tell us we can't. But that's their lack. That's their self-doubt, not yours. I'll never forget a couple years ago in our Oklahoma City Fit to Explore experience, being in the living room, everybody kind of curled up on the couch, having their journal, blankets on, glasses on. And I was telling the same kind of story. And so many of them had said they wanted to own their own business, that they went into education or they went into law or they went into medicine or they started a lawn care business because that's what somebody else wanted for them. That's what they were told they could do. Because the people giving them the advice were giving the best advice they had at the time from their lens, not your lens. So I wear bifocals, so if I lift my head, you'll know why, because I'm looking and reading. But what are your lenses telling you? Where do you want to go? Does your lens say that you're not good enough, confident enough, that you're not an athlete, that you can't be a midlife adventurer, even though you want to see the world, or you want to walk around the neighborhood, or you want to be able to walk to the top of the stands and watch your kid or your nephew or your niece or your grandson, your granddaughter play football, volleyball, soccer, whatever it is, because you're not physically healthy enough, because you weren't the athlete, because you can't, because you can't, because you can't? Because you don't have enough energy to work out. You don't have enough time to work out. You don't have enough time to read. You don't have enough time to reach out to friends and family. You don't have enough time to clean the house, do the laundry. You don't have enough time. It's too late to save any money. It's too late to get my passport. It's too late. It's too late. It's too late. I can't. It's too late for me to change. Well, let me tell you, that's straight up bull. You have the time. You can get and create the energy, because energy is neither created nor destroyed. What you have to do is take that energy, that kinetic energy, and move it, move it, move it, move it, move it, move it. But your lack may show up in your daily choices by not going for a walk, by not going for a ruck, by not grabbing your dumbbells, by not walking the dog, by not saving a dollar, by avoiding risk, by not taking chances. And I think, what did Bob say? We all have W's and L's. Bob, tell me if I got this right if you come back and watch. We have wins and lessons. I love that. Not losses, lessons. I go all the way back into the time I was high school coach. When we lost a game, we had lessons. And it might have been we just didn't have the athletes to keep up, or our game plan wasn't executed the way we thought it should be. It was a lesson. And you know what we did? We watched film. We came back on Monday. We tried again. Those are some of the greatest lessons, I think, if you've ever been an athlete or if you've ever played a game. Even if you played Monopoly and lost, or Sorry and lost, right? Or maybe even Hungry Hungry Hippo and lost. What was the lesson you learned so you can win next time? Maybe you're a card player or work. Do people still play cards? I've played spades and hearts in a long time, but I know I didn't forget. If you want to play at the next Fit to Explore retreat, holler at me. I'll bring a deck of cards. Jill, that's for you. But that's all scarcity. It's all things that you don't think you can do, right? But what I want to do is I want to help you turn around things that you can do, that you want to do, that you dream you can do, that you think you'll do. Because scarcity keeps us in fear. It keeps us in the comparison trap. You know, maybe I drive a Honda, which I don't. I do have a Toyota. We have a Mazda. But maybe I could think that the Audi across the street or the Porsche across the street I should drive, or the F-250 I should drive, or the Jeep Rubicon I should drive. At this point in my life, I don't. But I know people who are. Does it really matter? Because here's the deal about scarcity too. When you're comparing yourself to your neighbor or your family members or your peers, they're too worried about their own bullcrap to worry about your bullcrap. You're not middle school anymore. I'm not middle school anymore. Now it's time to step into your greatness, to your dreams, to your hopes through abundance, not scarcity. All right. If you're joining me live, do me a favor. Hit hashtag live so I know you're there. You're coming back, hit hashtag replay. So this is one word. It's one of two words. And I want to know if you've ever lived in scarcity. That's one word. Have you ever lived, or are you living in a state of abundance? Now, abundance doesn't mean you have a crap ton of cash. Here's an abundance. I say that I have enough broadband, and I believe we should all be successful. Every coach should be successful. Every dreamer, believer, doer, go chase your dreams. I will support you. I'll encourage you, and I will not feel I have lack because you achieve your dreams. I'll stand at the top of that mountain, hold your hand, give you a high five, hold your hand up like you just won a boxing match, MMA, whatever that is. When I did own, Tanya and I owned a fitness studio, a boutique fitness studio. And people would come in and they would ask about what we do, how we do it, when we do it. And we'd sit and do a consultation. I had a little bistro table, 2 chairs, and just 1,000 open square feet with TRX on the wall. If you know what that is, it's suspension training, dumbbells, you name it. And maybe Susie or Billy or Bobby didn't think it was for them. And I would say, okay, I get that. And so what I would do then, I said, look, I want everybody to be successful. You came in here for a reason, and I want you to be successful. And I would reach under my desk and I would pull out a piece of paper. I would ask them what they were looking for. And I would go, well, Planet Fitness offers this. Gold's Gym offers this. Susie down the street offers this. There's virtual coaching. They offer this. Boom, 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 boom. And they would be dumbfounded because I would give them options to be successful somewhere else. But my only hope for you is for you to achieve your dreams. That's it. Whether it's mindset, movement, meals, mission, all of the above. We do whole body health, which is how we do it in the Trailblazer way, the 4 corners, the 4 tenets of that compass. When you have scarcity, we shrink, we stay small. We're afraid. We're afraid of our success. We're afraid of those dreams. We're afraid to take risk. We're afraid to experience the W's and the L's, the wins and the lessons. Just like one of my favorite words in the English language is yet. So the abundance mindset is, I am not in good physical condition. I'll never be in good physical condition, but the abundance mindset would say, yet. I haven't saved any money up to this point in my life yet. I don't have a good relationship with my mom, my dad, my kids yet. I haven't seen the world because I can't get a passport yet. The scarcity mindset, the best years of my life are behind me. I have great memories. I don't live in the past, and I challenge you not to live in the past. I want you to live for today, remember the past with an eye on the future. And that's abundance. Just like a small child. If you ask a young child, an elementary school age child, how old he or she is, they're going to tell you their age plus a half or 3/4 because they're always looking toward the future because they believe the future is even brighter. So if you're 45, 55, 65, 75, say and a half. Be proud of it. Don't hide behind it and say, I'm 29. We lived there, been there, done that. For me, I don't want to go back. I have great memories of raising the kids. I also know it was very hard. I don't want to do it again. I don't want to see them go raise their own families and live their best life. Abundance is about choosing to believe you are enough and that you have enough and that you will get more if you want more. Energy, opportunities, growth, love, unlimited possibilities. W's and L's. Thanks, Bob, for that. I love that. I won't forget it. It's going to become Danish. Wins and lessons. It doesn't mean ignoring reality. It doesn't mean toxic positivity. It means understanding where you are and where you want to go. This morning, before the sun came up, I love having those conversations. I used to feel really guilty at say 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon for maybe just getting away from the desk and putting my phone down or going for a ruck or not creating or whatever. And then if you go by the old school mentality of a 40-hour work week, and I'm thinking, man, I sat at my desk. I had my first conversation at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning, 8 hours, right? It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon if you start at 5. Just saying. So don't ever feel guilty about where you are and where you want to go. Instead of I don't have time, I want to go back to that conversation. So one of the conversations, one of the Trailblazers, reminder of checking the compass in the Trailblazer way, She was saying she was behind on some of the emails that have gone out, or maybe watching a recording of our Momentum Monday call. I said, I get that. We all have lives, whether it's just work or relationships or all the above. We have lives, and we have lives that were going before we connected, before the Trailblazer, myself, and then the community connected. The idea when you come in is that there has to be something. You've got to create space to create growth. If you try to put another piece in it, it just becomes way overwhelming. So what isn't serving you, what isn't allowing you to create abundance, let it go. Let it go. And then schedule that time. Whether it's using that Momentum Monday video recording and walking, rucking, stretching as a podcast, listen to the message, listen to the conversations, create space to create growth. She also said that she started a Mel Robbins book several months ago, and it's only about halfway done. Well, I said, not only, you already read half, but then she put it down and she hasn't picked it back up. But she wants to, and that's that abundance mindset. I can do more, I can do more, but you still have to create space to create growth. So for me, Lisa, what state are you in? For me, I use my Google Calendar, and it becomes an appointment. No more, no less appointment than doctor, optometrist, dentist appointment, but a quality appointment because I'm the number one appointment of the day, and so are you. And also, so she said she wanted to read. I said, what if, don't get overwhelmed, you can carve out 10 minutes a day or 10 pages a day. If she does 10 pages a day, if you do 10 pages a day, you'll read 3,650 pages every single year, almost 2,200 page books. How can that change your life? 10 minutes is still 3,650 minutes. It's almost 60 hours or over 60 hours almost 60 hours of reading. How will that change your life? It's the compound effect, the abundance effect, little, little, little. Instead of saying I'm too old, I've got decades behind me and decades to explore. I was on a call yesterday with my coach because yes, coaches have coaches. Oh, please text me a picture, Lisa. I'd love to see where you are and what you've seen. But I said, when I went and got my LLC, so my business license, I never once thought that I was in my mid to late 40s. Never even dawned on me. I just did it because I wasn't worried about the 40 years behind me. I was worried about the 40 years ahead. But you have decades to explore. What's interesting, I was watching, I don't know the actor's name that was in, it was a Kevin Costner film, Out West. I just drew a blank. But he was played an Indian. He was an Indian, and he passed away yesterday. Somebody tell me what that movie with Kevin Costner was like 3 hours long. Time, and I just watched it. But in his speech about being a Marine or being in Vietnam, he actually said this same quote that I use all the time on Mark Twain: is the two most important days of your life are the day you're born and the day you find out why. Well, right now we're finding out why, because you're not too late. You're just in time. Wins and lessons. Instead of I failed before, I learned what doesn't work. Football season is upon us. Many coaches have a script, their first 10, their first 20 plays. And oftentimes they just get blowed up and they learn lessons that those type of plays, at least on that day or at that moment, aren't going to work. And they call an audible and they do something else. Scarcity or abundance. Where are you living? Where do you want to live? So I want to challenge you to be your number one cheerleader. If you tell yourself, I suck, I'll never win, I'll never learn, I'm too damn old, you know what? Your brain doesn't know if that's real or not, and it takes it verbatim. One of the reasons every single night, that's right, 365, 366 days a year during a leap year, I challenge the Trailblazers to end the day with a yay for the day. An attitude of gratitude, something that went well, big or small, they all count, and we celebrate everything. Is so that your brain and you plant that seed that life has promise to learn wins and lessons. that life has promised. It seems very insignificant until it isn't. It's kind of like your health. Missing one walk, one ruck, one workout, it's not a big deal until it becomes a week, a month, a year, and a decade. And one day, your body's not going to really see it and you're not going to see it. But 10 years from now, you'll definitely know that you didn't do it. It doesn't become important until it becomes important. Every time you see yourself or hear yourself say, I can't, pause. You always have a choice on how you react. You always have a choice. So when you say I can't, reframe it, just not yet. Wins and lessons, W's and L's. Your mindset will draw or carve out or supply your momentum, your dedication, your commitment. Scarcity versus abundance. It can be in anything that you want, and maybe that's overwhelming. So that's why we use the 4 tenets: mindset, movement, meals, and mission. Scarcity or abundance. Where are you? And really, where do you want to be? Where do you want to be? All right, I'm going to take a quick sip of water. I want you to ponder, are you currently living in the state of scarcity or abundance? Where do you think, and I'll tell you what I hear as a coach, what I've experienced as an almost 60-year-old man, but where does scarcity sneak into your life? Time, money, energy, or confidence? Just pick one of those 4. Where does scarcity sneak into your life the most? Time, money, energy, or confidence? As a coach for over 3 decades, I would say this is non-scientific. This is 100% Danish in my life experience. The number one piece of scarcity, time. I don't have time to make my health a priority. I don't have time to call my dear friends. I don't have time to save $1. I don't have time to learn. I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time. Well, my friends, we all have the same 24 hours. On average, we're going to sleep 8 hours. We're going to work 8 hours. What are you going to do with those other 8 hours of the day? Are you going to mindlessly scroll? I get it. You got Netflix, you got Hulu, you got Amazon Prime, you've got Peacock, you've got them all. You've got them all. It's a matter of what you want. And to get the abundance you're looking for, you've got to create space to create growth. So where do you see scarcity creep in first or most? Time, money, energy, or confidence? It happens to all of us. And that's my thing when I talk about or coach or hope you shouldn't have a coach that talks about absolutes. Death is an absolute. But other than that, it's what you mold it. You're malleable. You can be shaped. Your mindset, your growth, even though those people in your life who love you the most may have shaped you and you carry some self-limiting beliefs because of that. But look, Mihai, you can do it. I guarantee you can do it. Will it be hard? Yes. Wins and lessons. Wins and lessons. One of the reasons we do it inside a healthy community is because you're not doing it alone. And when it gets hard, we're going to ask you to check your compass. When you're lost, check your compass. When you want to quit, check your compass. When you have immense doubt, check your compass. When you're alone, check your compass and check in. So today, I want to ask you, are you living in a state of scarcity or abundance? I want to challenge you to live in a state of abundance and believe there's more. We all have enough bandwidth for more. It doesn't mean we don't have to get rid of something. And it doesn't always have to be more, more, more. It has to be saying yes to what fills our heart and soul. I always use the George Strait song, check yes or no. If it's not an emphatic hell yes anymore at this point in my life, it's a hell no. And no is a complete effing sentence. And you don't have to apologize and you don't have to explain. You don't. So remember, always come back to your compass. There are 4 points and 4 tenets: mindset, movement, meals, and mission. So check your compass today. If you have a friend who seems a bit off or is doubting life or living in scarcity, explain the idea of the compass and ask them to check their compass. And you can decide what direction and you can maneuver, right? If I hold my compass here, like orienteering, and I turn it to the right or I turn it to the left, it's going to change my direction. It's going to change my point of view. It's going to change my point of view. In 7 Habits for highly successful people, he says, change your seat in the room. Sit in a different chair. Lisa, this is your challenge for Sunday. You and Freddie, change your seat in church. The view will be different. If I'm standing at the back of the elephant and you're standing at the front of the elephant, the view is different. Change your point of view and to go from scarcity to abundance. Look, if you believe you lack time and it's time to live in a state of abundance, or you live in a state of abundance and you want to take it to the next level, join us. Join Lisa right here, who's already in for Rocktober. It's our 3rd annual Rocktober. You get to pick your distance. You get to surround yourself with amazing people. You get to live, you get to learn, and you get to see what you can do in 31 days, 1 day, 1 step, 1 action at a time. That's it. It's 1 shift. It's 1 moment. Remember, I talked about reading 10 pages a day. I talked about reading 10 minutes a day. What if you took 1 mile a day for your health? And it's not just your physical health. When you're out on the road, when you're outside, and you're also conquering the elements, the heat, the humidity, the allergens, right? There you go, Lisa. It's 1 step. It builds confidence. It creates energy. It's heart health. It's longevity. It's being able to love longer, to sit with the people you love longer, to go on longer walks, longer hikes, hold hands, kiss more. What does that look like? Go to Yellowstone if that's your jam. Come home and tell great stories on our next ruck because you're more interesting. Read, you're more interesting. That's all with the underlying tones of Rocktober is to start. It's not just a step challenge. It's a connection challenge with yourself and the world. So just drop the word ruck and I'll share the details. No pressure at all. I want 0 buyer's remorse. And here's the thing about Rocktober. If you truly show up and you truly believe there was 0 value, I'll give your money back. Because here's what I know, that when you show up, you get exponential value. That's my guarantee. That's my guarantee. And if you're ready, actually, I'm going to take a quick sip of water. I'm about finished. If you're really, 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 really ready to pick up that shovel and dig, 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 and create the rest of 2025, propel yourself in the most amazing 2026 of your life, to check your compass, hold your compass, control your compass, steer your compass, then join me. I've opened 2 VIP days. It's all day, you and I, together, in person or virtually, to help you guide your compass, to take your compass and put it in the right direction, to remember where you are, where you've been, and ultimately where you want to go. Potentially go from scarcity to abundance, to create a roadmap for your success in your head, your heart, and your health. And again, the 4 tenets of the compass, that's mindset, movement, meals, and mission. It'll be the best time and money you've ever spent. So depending on where you are, all you have to do is comment. We'll have the conversation. I will only direct you in the right place, just like when I used to reach under my chair and pull out the list of other coaches, because I believe in abundance. I have bandwidth, and I want to help you create that bandwidth too. All right, my dear friends, every day is an opportunity to grow. You have breath in your lungs, which means there's a lot more in life for you. Remember to text somebody today. Tell them you're thinking about them and expect nothing in return. I would love to know that you did it, and you could just comment text. Look, I'm an action taker and I love action takers. So today you've been challenged to go from scarcity to abundance. You've been challenged to drop the word ruck, to learn more about Rocktober and how it is so much more than 1 mile at a time. You've been challenged to think if you're ready to invest in your long, long, long-term future, by investing in a VIP day with me, because I have 2 spots open for the month of September. And look, it's just a conversation. I'm not going to make you do it. I was reading a post today that said that Taylor Swift wore a dress. It was like $320 and it sold out everywhere because a superstar wore it. But what if today, whether it's with me, because I believe in abundance, or someone else, you invest in somebody you know's business and pay full price. They have a dream. They believe they can do it better. And you're supporting somebody full price, not the superstar. God bless Taylor Swift and all her talent and the billions that she's made and earned and lives she's changed. I love that. It's a possibility for all of us if that's what you want. I don't want to win the internet. I want to connect with you. I want to connect with my friends and loved ones. I want to live a life of adventure with my wife and my friends and you. And that's what I want. So that's what it's about today. Text your friend, go be amazing, and drink water like it's your job. Until next time, go be amazing.